Hello, my name is Dulce Maria Rivas Rangel. I will be a junior at Salem College. I would like to thank my sponsor, Cristina Roche, for giving me the opportunity to further my studies one more year at Salem College. So when I was little, coming to the United States really affected me a lot. There was also, I think anybody who comes to another country realizes that there's a big cultural impact when you come. And she gave me two very important pieces of advice. She told me, you are different, but that doesn't mean that it can bring you down. On the contrary, it can bring you up. And she also told me that giving is more than receiving. And I didn't understand that when I was smaller and when I obviously received a piece of advice, but now that advice resonates within me. I've learned to utilize it and to help me be able to help other people. And not only that, but to bring me up to the person I am. Actually, because of that advice, I decided to do studio art and French because both of those careers involve communicating. And communication is a big thing with society in general. So when I was organizing the Virgin of Guadalupe event, I learned many things. One of those is that you have to keep on going, and that if you can get from point A to point C without having to stop at point B, you have to do it. And you also have to be very considerate of the time and money that people put into it, because yeah, people are helping you, but it doesn't really mean that they want to spend 40 hours helping you during the week. You have to be conscious of the people who are helping you and conscious of the time you have put into. Likewise, if there's a difficulty in the path, then you have to kind of make your way around it or find some other way to solve the problem. You can't just let that hold you back. You have to keep on going. And I just learned that anybody can be a leader. It doesn't have to be someone who has 20 things in the resume. It can be someone who doesn't have anything in the resume. It can be anyone. You just have to take the initiative and say, I will do this, and I will take the leadership role. So I have a very funny story. When I entered the art department, they asked me, what do you want to do with art? And I responded, I don't know, because people told me that you can't really do anything with art. And they laughed, and I kept on going. But now that I'm more developed in the art department, I realized that there's so much more you can do with art. It doesn't just have to be teaching. It can be art therapy. It can be restoration. There's so many things that you can do with art that you can't limit yourself to saying, I don't know. And I want to be a model for people who decide to do studio art or who decide to study a language like French and say, hey, you can do something with art. You don't necessarily have to be a dying artist as most people think.